I'm giving away this lower third graphic for free with the link in my description. But if you want to learn how to make it yourself, stick around and I'll show you how. All right, once you have your new composition, the first thing you're going to want to do is come up here and shift click and draw yourself a square, and then position it where you're going to want it on your timeline. So I'm going to position it right there. All right, and then I'm going to go about a second into my composition here, and then add a position keyframe. Hit P, the reveal position, and then we're going to go back to the beginning, and we're going to go ahead and drag it down until it's off screen. So then we have this animation here. You can play with it here. Make sure you hit F9 to easy ease it, and that looks good to me. Now what we're going to do now is duplicate this, and we're going to change the color to whatever color you want. I'm just going to use red, and then perfect, hit P, and then remove these keyframes. What we're going to do now is convert this shape layer to a normal layer. So we're just going to right click, hit pre-compose, and put red for the red square, and now it's just a normal layer that we can apply a mask to. We're going to go up to our pen tool and zoom all the way in here, and we're going to select each corner. When each corner is selected, you're going to go to masks, and then you're going to select mask path. You're going to come and double click on your mask, and then you're going to just move it off of the square so the white one's revealed, and have it lined up just outside of the frame, just like this. Something kind of like that. All right, and then you're going to add a keyframe right there. And then at about the 1 second mark, I'm going to double click this again, and we're just going to drag it right back to where it was. All right, make sure there's nothing peeking out. Looks good to me. So now we have something kind of like this. Perfect. And then again, you can adjust speed at your liking by moving the keyframes. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate our first shape layer. So let's rename this to white so we can keep everything in track. And then we're going to Control D, duplicate that layer, and then we're going to open up the scale tool. But before we change the scale, we're going to change the anchor point. So just come up here, grab your anchor point tool, and we're going to move this right here. And then while you're at it, make sure all of the keyframes are gone. You're going to go to scale and just add a keyframe and unlink them. And then you're going to go to about 2.5 seconds and push this all the way out like this, and add an easy ease. So it'll look a little something like this. Perfect. But there could be a little bit better. If we take a look here, this comes out a little bit too fast. So I'm just going to drag it back to like it's barely showing, so it kind of flies out just a little bit smoother. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, that looks a little better, but it's going a little bit too fast. We want to try to match it to this speed right here. So what we're going to do is just grab the keyframe and stretch it out a little bit and take a look. And now it's a little too delayed, so we're going to bring it back. Awesome, there we go. Perfect, now that we have the speed that we like, we got to make sure this white box is invisible before it appears. So go ahead and go to the last keyframe on your red layer, select the second white layer, and then hit Alt and left bracket, and that will just chop the frame so we won't see it when it's flying up. And now we have a nice little lower third animation. Now all we need to do is add the text. So to add the text, just go ahead and type whatever you want here. I'm just going to type your title, and then we're going to position it right here, and then change your text accordingly. I'm going to add a drop shadow just so you can see it just a little better real quick. Perfect. Okay, but unfortunately our text isn't a part of the animation yet. So to fix that, we're gonna make a mask. Go ahead and grab your rectangle tool. Make sure you select your layer, and then we're just gonna draw a mask. But we're not going to reveal the text just yet. And then you're gonna go to your mask on the text layer and hit keyframe. And then you're gonna go to the end of our animation. And we're gonna make sure mask is still selected. The mask path is still selected. And then stretch that out all the way to the end of your animation. So then it should look a little something like this, but it might not be perfect. That isn't bad, but I don't like how this ends before our title ends. I think the title is just a little bit too slow, so we're going to speed it up just a little bit by moving the keyframe in a little bit. And there we go. I like that a lot better.
And that's how you make this lower third graphic. It's still available for free in the link in my description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.